What's going on, Slay Baes? It's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be very exciting because it is going to be another full face of first impressions. I do want to apologize though, I didn't get a video up this past Thursday because I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm finally feeling more like myself, so I really wanted to sit down, dabble into some makeup and let you guys know my thoughts. Now I have a variety of products. I have some high-end products. I also have some affordable products. Y'all know how we do it here on this channel. I kind of like to mix the two together and give you guys the best of both worlds. So I hope you guys really enjoy this video, and if you guys do like it, of course, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. Also, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Click that bell so that way you are notified anytime I upload, which is every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 times a week, every single week. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, Slay Baes, so I already zoomed you in. I want to point out that my brows are already done. I did use the Benefit Brow. I haven't used this in a minute. I have the shade 4.5, and that's exactly what I use on my brows, and I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. I am all about it. I'm now gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I have been loving this since I picked it up. I put a small dent in it already. I feel like I'm just gonna go through this way too fast, but use whatever you guys have at home. Use whatever primer you have, whether it's concealer, a dry base primer, use what you got. For eyeshadows, I do have 2 different palettes that I want to play around with in today's video. The first one's brand spanking new, and it is the ColourPop Villains Misunderstood Eyeshadow Palette. I did pick this up on a gondola in Ulta recently, and one of the main reasons I'm using this palette in conjunction with another palette is because this palette has a lot of shimmer shades within the layout and not enough mattes, at least for me personally. I need a little bit more like warm tone brown to kind of, you know, finesse the look that I'm envisioning in my mind. Now, the other palette I'm going to be using with that palette is by BH Cosmetics. This is the Zodiac Love Signs palette. As you can see, Stormy, she got a hold of it. Honey, why? Like, don't bite my makeup palettes, okay? Don't do it. I'm saying it like she can actually hear me or she's watching this. Let's be real. I force her to watch my videos. This right here is what the palette looks like. Oh my gosh, I'm like dying over this palette. I love that it has like all of the baked eyeshadows surrounding the matte, and then on the inside we have a very pretty highlight shade. So I'm going to be using the mattes within the BH Cosmetics palette and then some of the shimmers from within the Misunderstood palette. I'm going to first start off with the shade right here called Tragic, which is that really pretty kind of like soft beige shade, and I'm going to put it in my crease to act as my transitional shade. I'm now going to switch over to using the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to pick up that kind of like mustard pukey brown shade on an M441, and I'm going to start right here in the very outer V, and I'm just going to start buffing and building it up in my crease, just adding slight color to the look. I'm also going to take this in the inner crease as well. I'm now going to take kind of like that neutral brown directly underneath the shade called Pisces in the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to start working this again right here in the very outer V, and I'm going to take it in small circular motions. I'm kind of like, in a way, trying to slowly build up my outer V area without going too dark all at once. Honestly, this is just my favorite way and method of doing my eyeshadow. I feel like I get the best blend this way, but if you guys feel like I just add too many colors or I'm layering too much, then definitely do whatever works for you, but this is just my method. By the way, you guys, I did go to my facial appointment, my IPL appointment, but that's definitely not something that I need as of right now. She did recommend that I do a chemical peel to start and then do a Fraxel treatment. So I'm really excited to kind of get rid of all of like these brown marks. Guys, wear SPF. Literally do not skimp out on your SPF, because this is one of the main reasons I have a lot of these dark marks and such, because when I was little and I would be out in the sun, I just didn't wear any SPF. I didn't even really know what SPF was. So stay educated and take care of your skin, because your skin is your skin. and you want it to look good underneath all the makeup. So I think things are coming together really nicely. I'm gonna take a little bit of my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer and do a very quick kind of like outline to a cut crease, but not like a full-on cut crease, because girl, let's be real, no one has time to do cut crease looks all the time. This is kind of like my shortcut. I like to just stamp my brush where my eye would naturally crease, like so, and I just like to carve out the edge like that, and we're pretty much good to go. Following that, I'm gonna pick up the shade called Diablo from the ColourPop Villains palette, and I'm gonna put this all over my lid. And I'm gonna start off by stamping this right where I put that concealer. Keep in mind, you guys, I am applying this shadow completely dry, and it's really buildable, and it's very, very kind of like foiled. I love that it's not like a chunky shimmer or anything like that. It's laying super flat and smooth on the lid. I am going to switch to using an E58 cream color brush by Sigma. Pick up a little bit more of Diablo, and I'm going to spritz my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, just because I do want this edge to be a little bit cleaner and sharper. I'm now going to pick up that matte brown within the BH Cosmetics palette on an M507, and I'm going to start building this up right here in the very outer V, but I'm not going to take it above the crease. I'm really just going to focus it right here. You know what? I'm also going to pick up a little bit of the shade called Pisces, and I'm just going to kind of pat it right where that green and that brown meet, just to give it like more of a contrast right here towards the base. So I'm going to kind of like curve it in like that. It definitely just gives it a little bit more of like a different effect, which I'm all about. So at this point with a makeup wipe, I'm just going to lightly clean up this area right here without making it too intense. So I think the look is coming out pretty good, but do you guys ever have that one eye that doesn't want to cooperate? Well, today my right eye is the eye, like little watery eye syndrome, but I'm gonna push through it. I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Perfection in One Stroke 24-hour non-fading long wear waterproof easy glide formula intense pigment eyeliner. I just read all of that right here. That's technically not what the eyeliner is called, but this is the new Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced in the shade Deepest Black. So I'm gonna see how this works. Everybody is saying that this is like the best eyeliner of all time, so I'm gonna let you guys know. Just gonna give it a little bit of a shake. I will say that it looks like it's a felt tip, but it definitely is a brush tip applicator. I'm just gonna kind of do some swirls on the back of my hand just to get it going. And I'm gonna do a baby wing. Like, I don't wanna do anything too intense. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself. I'm gonna anchor my pinky right on my cheek, and I'm gonna start doing small strokes right in the very center. And then just build it up. So as you can see, I did a few coats, not the blackest eyeliner I've ever seen, but I just started, so let's keep it moving. So let me just say, I'm very impressed with this eyeliner, and I didn't think I was going to be as impressed with it as I am, because I'm not impressed by liquid eyeliners like at all. Like, I never really reach for them. I prefer gel over anything, just because gel is extremely creamy, very easy to work with, and it's extremely black. Now this eyeliner, it's very, very black. It covered up the shimmer nicely, and what I love about it is that the brush tip is extremely flexible, making it very, very easy to use, and the brush tip also isn't that wet, so it's not that easy to mess up. It literally just glides right on. Like, I'm a fan. If you guys have tried this, let me know down below in the comments, and let me know how you guys feel about it, because I'm digging it. As for lashes today, I'm going to use these by Icon Eyelashes. I do have a discount code with them, so I'll have it listed down below in case any of you guys are interested in picking this style up. Now, the style I'm using is called Beverly Hills. They are so pretty. They're kind of spiky. I don't reach for lashes like these often, so I thought it would be fun to kind of switch it up for today's look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these on off camera, then I'll come right back and we'll work on the rest of the face, because girl, these blemishes, they're on another level. So now that my lashes are on, I want to do my post notification shout out of the day. And I want to give a huge shout out to Victoria Kilman. She says, hey, time to relax and chill with my girlfriend Ashley. Keep these videos coming. Get it, girl. Love you all the way from Detroit, Michigan. I love you too, Victoria. Hashtag a notification squad. Hashtag a sleigh bay squad. Hashtag MakeupByAmarie team. Thank you so much, Victoria. I'm so glad you love my videos, and thank you so much for tuning in every single week. Now, if you guys want to be my post notification shout out next week, all you have to do is click that bell to turn on your post notifications and leave me a comment down below with the hashtag SlayBays. With that, let's go ahead and move on to the skin. I'm going to color correct. You guys know tried and true Pixie color correcting concealer in the shade Brightening Peach. I put a pretty big dent on this thing. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and put this directly underneath my eyes alongside my smile lines and also on my upper lip. This product right here definitely isn't a new product. Honestly, I just haven't found anything to replace it. I really like it because the color is very soft. It's subtle. It's not like too peachy, and it's also not like orange or anything like that. Sometimes I find that an orange color corrector can be extremely difficult to buff and blend out, which is why I do really like this one from Pixie. You know what I just realized I didn't do? I didn't prime my skin, but I do have this new product from Faris Ali. This is the Rose Gold Skin Mist. It's a 24 karat gold infused hydrate, prime, and set. So I'm going to spritz this on my face to prime, and I'm also going to spritz it at the very end to set. Typically, you would want to do this prior to putting on your color corrector, but I forgot. Forgive me. I definitely feel like that smells a lot like the Rose Gold Elixir, so we are money, honey. Let's talk foundation. For the first time ever, I have a brand new foundation to try and test out in my first impressions videos. Normally, when I sit down, I never have a new foundation, so I'm really excited. I do have the brand new Smith & Colt foundation right in front of me. This right here is the Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. This foundation comes in 42 different shades. It also retails for $42, and you get 1.1 fluid ounce with the product. I have 5 different shades in front of me, so I'm going to try to color match myself with the shades that I have right here. By the way, if you guys are interested in this product, it is available on ultabeauty.com. I'm not entirely sure if it's available in store, but I'll leave all the deets down below in case any of you guys are interested in checking out the line. They do have other products outside of foundation. They have cheek products, lip products, eye products, a bunch of different things. So I'm interested in diving deeper into this brand because it is a brand new line. So with that, let's go ahead and do some color matching and figure out which shade is going to be my perfect match. So this first shade right here is shade 190. Honestly, it's not too far off. It's looking pretty decent. I'm just blending it in a little bit. I feel like all the other colors I have now might be a little bit too dark, but we are gonna keep it going. The next shade I have here is shade number 200. So shade 200 is just a little bit darker than 190. I actually think I'm just gonna roll with 190 because all of the other shades that I have are just a lot darker than the two I just put on my face. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but the foundation does come with a pump, which is very convenient and nice. I have some of the product pumped out on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna do some dots all over and then buff it out with a damp sponge. Yes, I do dampen my sponge. A lot of you guys are asking questions in my previous video because I was talking about how my Jeffree Star and Morphe sponge was a little bit on the hard side, and a lot of you guys were questioning whether or not I dampen my sponge, and I always wet my sponge prior to starting. Gonna take that damp sponge. I did switch over to using my Equal Tool sponge just because I do really like this one, and I'm just going to pounce this into the skin. And the color match looks really, really good, which is so surprising because sometimes I mess it up, and I will say it's going on so nicely. It's covering up a lot of my blemishes, which is really, really awesome. Let me just say, like, my skin looks like a baby's ass. Like, it looks so good. I'm really interested in seeing how it wears over a period of time and how I end up liking it over a period of time, because I don't want to say like I love it right now and then like a week later I'm just like nah. So I will definitely keep you guys updated and keep you guys posted, so stay tuned for that. I do want to test out these concealers right here by Smashbox. This is the Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer everyone and their mom is doing sponsorships with Smashbox right now, and a lot of it has to do with a lot of like their face products, this one being one of them. So I'm interested in seeing if it's actually worth the hype. So I have a light cool peach, and then I also have a light neutral. I'm probably gonna lean a little bit more towards like light cool peach right here in the very inner corner, and then I'll go in with a light neutral right here. I'm just gonna take this and put it right here in the very inner part. Actually, the applicator is a lot different than what you see on the market. I feel like everybody is doing very like Tarte Shape Tape ones, but this one's very, very different. It also has like a nice flex to it, so it's not like stiff or anything like that. This is a light neutral, and I'm gonna take some of this and just pop it right here on the very outer part of my eye. I'm actually feeling like the light cool peach, it's not like peachy enough, so I'm gonna take a little bit more of like light neutral and put it on top because it looks a little dark. So it's definitely not like a full coverage concealer by any means. I feel like it is very, very lightweight, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's all about preference. Like, what do you like in a concealer? Do you like more buildable concealers, or do you like full on coverage? I typically gravitate more towards like full coverage concealers, so not the biggest fan right now. Like, it's okay. To set underneath my eyes today, I will be using the number 7 powder because you guys know it's my jam right now, and I'm honestly trying to use up a lot of my loose powders because I have so many in my drawer, so I'm just trying to use things up at this point. And I'm gonna take a little bit more powder and just kind of set my cheeks and stuff. So Jouer did just launch a brand new setting powder. This is the Soft Focus Hydrate and Set powder. I have 2 shades here. I have fair, and then I also have light. I'm gonna take the shade called light and put it all over. Light actually looks a little bit on the dark side, and the brush I'm using is a Morphe E52. And I'm just gonna kind of pat this directly over top of that foundation to set it all down and in place. It is more of like a soft focus powder, so it's not meant to add like additional coverage or anything like that. So I will definitely say my face, my base, it looks very flawless with the exception underneath the eyes. When I put that powder, my under eye area looks a little bit drier than usual, but I'm hoping I can bring that back to life once I spritz my face with setting mist. Now, I am gonna move on to bronzer. I have this palette right here by NARS. I recently got this in PR. This is the Hot Nights Face Palette. It comes with 4 eyeshadows, a bronzer, and a highlighter. I will just be using the bronzer from within this palette just because I have some other things that I want to dabble into, and I'm going to apply the bronzer with an M530. I'm just going to take this bronzer around the perimeter of my face, and this is just going to give me a bit more color. I'm now going to go in with blush. Now, I did get a package from Ofer recently, and they sent over 2 blushes. I have this one in Mai Tai, and then I also have this one in Bellini. I think I'm just going to mix the 2 together because I absolutely love to mix blush shades together to get a really custom shade. So again, I'm going to mix these 2 and just pop it onto the apples of my cheeks. Holy blush! You guys, these blushes by Ofra are so pigmented. I need to bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to do highlight before I finish off the eyes. So I'm going to take this by Lancome. This is the Dual Finish Highlighter in the shade Shimmering Buff. Now, I've never tried a Lancome highlighter before, so I'm interested to see how this is going to go. So I'm just going to kind of pop it right here. Oh my God. I'm also going to take some of this highlighter on the tip of my nose and Cupid's bow, because why not? I'm going to finish off my lower lash line with some of the browns that I put in my crease on a flat definer brush. So I'm going to take the lightest brown here, and I'm just going to lightly outline my lower lash line just to give it a little bit more color. Honestly, I'm already like so obsessed with this look, but I am going to incorporate some glitter and just really make the eyes stand out and pop. So after you do this step, you could pretty much stop, or you could add glitter like I'm going to do. I'm taking an M507 right now, and I'm really smoking out my lower lash line. I feel like this is really going to make it very sexy, sultry, and smoky. So do what you gotta do, boo. Like, really get this color on your lower lash line and smoke it all the way out. For glitter today, I will be using the Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow, which is a new product for Kokie. You guys, I am living and breathing for these. This shade is so incredibly beautiful. It really is a beautiful kind of like light green color, which honestly really inspired this entire makeup look. So I'm going to take some of this on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take a little bit more of like a precise brush and pop it in the very inner corners. So if you look at my eye this way, it looks like a certain way, but if I tilt my head, do you guys see the effect that that liquid eyeshadow gives to the eye look? Like, girl, living, love it. Go get you some. Now I'm gonna take a nude liner and just pop this in my waterline because I really want the eyes to stand out and pop even more after adding that liquid eyeshadow. Now I'm going to pop on some lower lash mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and I love it because the wand is like super slim and small, and it's perfect for getting my bottom lashes. I'm going to finish this look off with the lips. I'm going to first start off with this. This is a lipstick, the Villains ColourPop lipstick in the shade Dr. Facili. Probably butchered that, but I'm gonna put this all over because I feel like it's really gonna complement the eyes very nicely. And then I'm going to take my Ofra Flexi Slick in the shade Stretch and put it directly over top to kind of lighten it up a little bit because it's a little bit darker than what I had anticipated. Okay, and all that's left to do is seal the deal. I'm going to use the Fairasoli Rose Gold Skin Mist, which is going to hydrate, prime, and set. I've already primed, so I'm just going to set everything down and in place. Yes, boo. Yes. And that's pretty much it, Slay Baes. This is the final and completed look. I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. I will definitely say that the Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow by Kokie literally set this entire look off. Like, blend it into that green, into that pewter, into that smoky brown. I feel like the look is so pretty. Like, whenever I turn my head, you get like a different feel of the look. Like, looking straight on, it's just like, oh, that's pretty. But then when I tilt my head, you can kind of see like the dimension within the look. Now they have so many colors in their Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow, so I definitely feel like they're worth checking out. I will have them listed down below in the description wherever I can find them. I don't think that they're available in store yet, but I know that they're coming to Rite Aid very, very soon, so be on the lookout for that. I do really like the Flexi Slick by Ofra in the shade Stretch, which is exactly what I put over top of that cream lipstick by ColourPop. I really love the color. I feel like it's right up my alley. And the foundation, you guys, the Smith & Colt foundation, amazing. My skin looks like a baby's ass. Like, it looks so incredibly good. I am just out of this world, like, mind blown, impressed. I will definitely keep you guys updated on the foundation as I wear it throughout the week and so on and so forth. As always, if you guys want to know my thoughts on the rest of the products I tried within the video, make sure you guys check out the description box down below. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a big old like if you liked the video, and even if you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up anyways, because I would really, really appreciate it. I love you, and I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.